All right, let's get to this. Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Achon, and I am sitting down getting ready to watch this stream. So don't mind me, I'm getting my chappy wap set up, and I am going to be ready to go. I say let's get this party started. Let's do a little reaction. This January update, I think it's going to be pretty good. I heard some good things about it, so now that I got some time. Currently, I'm not playing Ashes of Creation at the moment. I wait until the Rogue comes out, just to kind of give you a little idea what my intentions are for the alpha testing. I honestly, in solidarity with a friend of mine, we do not want to leave the Riverlands. We want to keep our exposure to the content as minimal as possible. So when we do get to the Sand Squall Desert, it would just be a nice new fresh start, because we are more of solo explorable players. Everybody out there's got their guilds and they are going PvP and everything, which I eventually want to do. But right now, with my schedule and everything, it's kind of hard for me to fully dedicate. I want to be a summoner as well, so it's hard for me to get into the game because that's what I really want to play. But I am also excited to try out the Rogue too, so I'm going to be re-rolling that and doing some coverage on that as well. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and get to this video here, because it's like an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes, and this is going to be what I'm doing for the rest of the day. So let's check it out. Oh my god. It's too loud in my ears. Is that too loud for you guys? Might be a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit, so you can still hear me talking.
Welcome to our glorious Ashes of Creation January development update. We hope that everyone has been well and safe. This is our first update of the year. It's crazy. So happy New Year, happy Lunar New Year for those who celebrate. We hope that you've been doing good. We have been busy bees. For those of you who have been keeping up with the PTR and obviously our update that went live yesterday, you probably have seen that we have quite a big, hefty update notes that just went out. Yes, so this is our big update. Like I said before, we'll have smaller ones,
this is a big
and then
drop.
we'll have big ones every like 6-ish weeks. So stay tuned for those ones. But obviously this one's a big one. Our next big one will probably be Rogue oriented, so stay tuned for that. We also internally, well, I guess it was PTR oriented, so it's still kind of external. Did some node siege testing the other day, which was, I believe that was like Wednesday. All the days are meshing together, but we've been doing a lot. So not only do we have the stuff that you're seeing today, we have so much more in the works that we're pushing forward on, but the team is kicking some booty and taking some names, and now we get to have a little fun today and this weekend playing with you all. So of course,
I am excited to get back in.
I'm your director of communications here at Intrepid Studios, and with me as always is Stephen Sharif, our creative director. And later you'll be seeing a whole bunch of folks that will be joining us to talk about today's update, so that you can kind of check it out and see what we're doing. But as like a quick overview of what you're going to see today, we're going to go over some quick reminders, and then we'll go into a little treasure hunt playthrough. But we're going to basically just explore the desert area so you guys can see all the cool stuff that we've been working on and some of the other features that we've been putting together for the team. We'll talk a little bit about some bugs that we fixed, which is pretty exciting. And then, of course, we'll do a live Q&A. So if you have questions, feel free to pop those in the chat. We're grabbing them from live stream, we're grabbing them from Discord, we're grabbing them from social. So wherever you are, our team
wish I could watch this when it was
keeping
live.
their eyes peeled for any questions that they think are going to be ones that we should be answering. And of course, we won't be able to get to them all, but we'll do our best. But we're going to be staying in the gameplay while we do those segments, just as an FYI. But before we get into all of that, we have our YouTube subscriber comment spotlight. So if you would like to be spotlighted
Rogue preview
as
win,
YouTube,
please have true stealth.
Spotlight.
Please have true stealth.
All you have to do
please
is on our development update, the full video. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Make sure you're publicly subscribed so we can see you. And then
true stealth has to be a thing.
Leave a comment and you may be spotlighted. So today's spotlight is from Cooler8888888. And they want to know rogue preview when. Please have true stealth. Please have true stealth.
That was
Please
different.
have true stealth.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Steven, do you want to kind of give the people what they want? Tell them
Well,
roughly when
yes.
we're looking at
Give us
rogue,
what we
at least for
want.
them to get their hands on it, and
Give us
then
what we
of
want.
course
I want it.
how stealth is going to work. I know we've talked about it a bit already.
I will say that the Rogue is currently out of design's hands and into the VFX pipeline and the sound effects pipeline. Animation and design work has been relatively completed. There might be some additional tuning, obviously, but we are targeting some initial testing on our PTR environment in early February. So it is coming up. I know that there are a lot of people excited. There is definitely a sophisticated stealth
close enough.
mechanic
Not
that
close
has
enough.
been authored and designed by Dr. Bucky, our resident doctor of animal husbandry, all things Bard, and now all things Rogue. I think people are going to be very excited and have a lot of fun testing out this new archetype. It rounds out the party comp, I think, pretty well.
Oh
It's
yeah.
going to be interesting to see how PvP changes. Also,
Real quick, I just want to say about the Rogue is this is exactly what PvP and I think what Intrepid's going for is their idea wise is this is what they needed, because they needed that class that is able to gonna stun and lock down healers and like range mages. You know, any of those like classes that appear to be overpowered because they're in the back blasting you from range or over healing. Rogues are going to be able to sneak up, stun them, sap them, whatever it needs to be done to kind of equal out that trifecta. So that's all I wanted to say about that real quick. I'm really pumped about the Rogue because I think that's going to be really good. Also, the implications for like solo players, and me being a solo player, I think that's going to be awesome. I would like to sneak around when I'm farming and
so
whatnot.
I'm ready for day.
Also, I wonder how that like is going to work when you're trying to like evade people who are trying to kill you. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right.
One when Bard or when Rogue is out, that everyone's just playing a Rogue. It's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
We saw that with,
little...
with the dwarf.
Yeah. It's always funny to see how that plays out. The first day, it's like everyone's playing it, and then it kind of meshes out, and everyone goes back to what they were normally doing. I think some interesting
cold.
data in regards to that is like our top played class or archetype so far is Mage. So Steven's love for
Interesting.
mages.
I don't like the mage.
Obviously others who are.
I'm just not a
also,
mage guy, though.
on
I
that.
would love
And
for all archetypes.
our top race that people are playing is actually Kalar, which I was kind of surprised by that. I thought
Well, it is the default.
Junior was like a little.
I
close
think
to
you can
that.
see all your
I think it
armor
was off
because
by like a very small amount of characters.
I was playing the.
I mean, you know,
which one is it?
Anytime you have that kind of default setting,
I forget
you're
what the other
gonna
one is,
weigh,
but my helmet doesn't
some
work.
Segment of the player population creation, but no, I mean, we've definitely seen people gravitate towards new things, new shiny things, and that's going to happen with the Rogue for sure. We're going to have a server filled with Rogues when Rogues are available to play on prod, but that's great because that's how we get information and that's how we collect data. So.
Cool.
Yeah, and speaking of collecting data and collecting information, if you are playing using /bug in-game is immensely huge for us. I think we had over 150,000 bugs that were put in. Our team has been quickly going through those. Bugs have been sent out to teams. Obviously, if you've been following along, we've been fixing things on a week-to-week basis, even on a hotfix.
The rate at which they're fixing these bugs is amazing. I mean, I'm live in the Discord still, so even though I'm not playing in game, you can see when they bring down the servers and bring them back up. They are just constantly patching and moving things through, and it's awesome. All right.
Spaces, so we're working towards them. Some of the bigger, heavier ones, definitely check our known issues list. Those are going to take us a little bit longer to fix, but we're working towards them. So just stay tuned for all of that and keep reporting. That is.
By the way,
helpful.
those are not unique bugs. Those are a lot of duplicated bugs.
Yes, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of duplicated bugs in there. Because you guys can't see like what you're bugging against it. But honestly, the extra data sometimes is helpful because when multiple people are encountering something.
It shows frequency. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I don't think we've talked about this in depth, but when you do /bug, we get some other data for us. So I know some people are like, well, I prefer reporting on Discord or forums. You can still report to those places.
Thanks for
in-game,
follow.
It does give us some additional information when you do it. So it is really helpful for us if you could do it in-game for us. I just wanted to note that because some people were like, I wasn't aware of that.
Bug squashing.
Anything else you want to share on that front before we get into little reminders?
No, I know. I think, I mean, this is our first stream of the year of 2025. I can't believe it is the year 2025. I mean, the world is still kicking technically.
I bet it's going so
We're
fast for
still all
them.
Here, who knows for how
We're so
much
busy.
longer. But just kidding. I mean, it's been almost a month and a half since our last update. Things have been moving very well within the studio. We had a significant amount of effort expended at the start of this month towards kind of what our introspection and retrospection is on, studio habits, processes. We had a leadership summit at the beginning of this month that was very in-depth, and I think we've walked out of that with great plans for what this year is going to look like, for what things are going to be changing within the studio. You guys are going to see, I think, a lot of changes with regards to kind of like pacing or updates, the quality and size.
Pacing's
of those
been
updates.
great
This is a great
right
example
now
of
as
one
it
of those.
is.
Obviously,
So
this has a lot
awesome,
of
great
significant
news.
addition into the game. So we are hitting kind of our cadence benchmarks that we set for ourselves, which is very good to see.
Nice.
But it's been a very busy
exciting.
month so far, and
the
I
summit
have
was
never
really
been more motivated.
the summit was really
Get me pumped.
motivating for sure. Like what Steven said, inspirational. So thank you, Jacob, for running that for our director team. But our directors here have been like kicking some major butt. We're doing a lot of planning. Now we just got to make it all come to fruition. So that's going to be the big side. Hopefully you all just see things moving smoother and better, and it just it doesn't make a super different change for you guys on the player side, other than having a better experience and knowing like what's coming down the line a little bit easier.
It's been pretty
and
fun.
Our team be able to,
No
at
doubt.
least my team,
I've been loving being in the
we're the ones
world.
communicating those things with you guys, being able to do that on a little bit more future thinking process. I guess is the best way to put it.
And by the way, we did. I know Margaret alluded to this briefly, but this week, as you said, we had our first siege testing since Alpha 1.
Siege testing, huh?
It was
in world.
Yeah, in world, on the PTR. We did this testing
What is
on
that?
the PTR.
Is that
We're
a cat
getting
back
siege
there?
ready for node sieges. And it was pretty successful. We did not have a server crash.
I think it's somebody's hand.
And
Somebody's
performance
working.
was relatively acceptable for the 200 players that were participating. We felt pretty confident about that. The profiles that we were taking looked good, both on the server side as well as on the rendering side. I mean, obviously there's a lot of room for improvement there, but from an initial test perspective, it was pretty good. And this was different, obviously, than what we had in Alpha 1 with our siege testing, which those of you who were present at Alpha 1, it was still in the world, but you had to teleport to that location, so it wasn't necessarily an instance, but it was partitioned that way. Here, this is in the open world and around the nodes that we were conducting it, and with a registration process and whatnot, and things were going in a pretty good direction. I know that a lot of those PTR testers have been talking about it over the last couple of days. I think you're going to see more conversations about that testing as we continue over the next several weeks.
And it'll be...
So basically it's going to feel more organic when you go up to do these sieges? Is that what they're kind of getting at when comparing it to the instance? I don't know. We'll see.
What we are experiencing on PTR, for those who did partake, obviously that is early stages. There's still a lot of work that they're doing on the balancing side and, of course, layout side and things like that. So your feedback has been super helpful. They definitely appreciate all of that. But they are taking a lot of that into effect, and you'll be seeing the next iteration of it. You'll be seeing some changes.
Hey, what's he doing?
Sure.
I see someone in chat said,
We see you.
Steven, tell us about the duck next to you, Duckers.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, this duck
What's up with that?
was a art piece that was created by Natalie, who does a lot of our player archetype art. You'll see her work with the icons around the player classes. She's a very talented artist, and
She did some of
apparently
our
has a
So
lot
we're
of
gonna
love
get
for
a
it.
duck icon?
That we've been using.
I want it.
in Discord, so I know folks.
I
have been
needed
doing
that
it.
on a
I have a whole
t-shirt
nother
yesterday.
round of them that I need to look over and be getting those in as well. So thank you, Natalie. But let's go through the reminders quickly so we can get to the fun stuff. We obviously are in Alpha 2 Phase 2, just so that you guys are aware. If you get the wave the second wave bundle that will give you immediate access during the times that we're up. We are up Thursdays starting around 10 a.m. Pacific, and then we
Which has been really making it tough for me to get
Mondays
on
at
because
10
I set my
p.m.
schedule up
Pacific.
opposite.
So that is
whatever.
roughly the schedule. Obviously, we'll keep you guys informed in our Discord news channel. We're also
It's good for
working
people
on some
who
launcher,
don't work on the weekends.
information so that it's on the launcher and you don't have to go to Discord. I know not everybody wants to go to Discord, but Discord is where we keep the most up-to-date moment-to-moment
The Discord is a good thing to have.
But that's generally
if you're going to follow this game.
up and down for these 5-day tests. And I know it's not perfectly 5 days in the 24-hour realms if people are doing the math. You nerds out there, but
Again, it does
roughly
go
5
down
days
all
for
the
us,
time
okay?
in between the testing phases,
So
but that's because
kind
they're
of like the
fixing
big thing
bugs.
that you need to know in
It's a
order
good thing to
how to
do,
get
but it
access.
also makes it tough
If you have any issues, let us know and we'll try
if you
to
need
assist
time
you.
to play.
On the dev discussion side, we have a couple that are up right now. So we have music and MMO RPGs that is still up for you guys to partake in, and that is, what are your favorite songs in MMORPGs and why?
Oh,
How do
okay.
they make you feel? How important are music and ambiance to you? And what
Super
examples
important.
from your favorite games demonstrate this best? Hopefully when you're listening in on the desert, you can hear some of the wonderful ambience and music that we have there. It's pretty awesome.
that's
Siege
exciting.
also has some music coming, which is pretty cool. So stay tuned for that.
Oh my gosh! Someone in chat just
Music
said
makes
the
or
Dion
breaks.
theme from Lineage 2.
Ooh,
There's no other like soundtrack in an MMO that I've ever played that hits the feels as hard as that Dion theme. It definitely does.
there's those those pieces of like, not even, sometimes it's not even like a song, sometimes it's just like a level up sound or things like that that are just iconic to you from like the games that you love. So definitely share that information with us. We want to hear what your favorites are, because those things inspire us and motivate us, and sometimes they're things that we're already thinking of on our end. The other one
No
that's
doubt.
up is spells and abilities. What is the best ability or spell you've used and why? Which spells or abilities stand out the most to you from games
Yeah.
you've played in the past, and what made them special to you?
Oh,
So
man.
I know a lot of you love the spells and abilities.
Taken off the top of my head, Outward. I love the way that their spells, even though the game is a little janky, I love the way their spells interacted to work. But I know it's not really MMO, so but that's just what I was thinking of.
So make sure that you're giving us feedback over there. We obviously are still in progress of making our archetypes and the secondary archetypes that are coming.
Also, real quick, I got to put this out there. Summoning spells and abilities, they really need to make them look cool and awesome. That will be make or break for me. They need to be awesome right out the bat. Not too big, not too small, about medium size. Just something when you see somebody's got a summon out, you want to be like, oh shit, they got a summon out. Like, what are we going to do? I don't want like a little sprite or like a little thing. Maybe to start out, I get, if you're level 1, you just have like a little imp or whatever their version's going to be. But I need a cool looking summoning spells, and that's the only thing I'm going to say about that right now.
Coming along the lines that you'll see in phase 3. So definitely toss those
Make it
to
so.
us. And next up, we are going to be having a guild program dev discussion. I know that a lot of guild leaders have reached out to me or to the community team asking us like, hey, how do I get involved on a guild level? We are going to be working on a program that is similar to our content creator program, that is more guild leader, guild program oriented. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, toss us your feedback. We'll have like a whole slew of questions that we're looking for answers on. Please, we implore you, if you are somebody who runs a guild, make sure that you toss us some feedback over there on the forums. And with that, I think that we are gonna pop into game and show you the good stuff that's more fun. Unless Steven has anything else he wants to share outside of
No, I mean we're taking. Oh, alrighty.
We hear Kyle.
Oh,
Kyle's
God.
running the broadcast today. I get to just
Kyle.
host, which is nice. It's probably why I'm not stressed out right now. Usually I'm like stressing. Yeah, we can hear you, Kyle.
We hear you, Kyle. Yes, so we are going to be doing things a little bit different today. We talked a little bit about this ahead of our October
little
25th
bit.
Phase 1 launch, that as part of Alpha 2, we will be taking some different approaches to our live streams. We're going to
Okay.
be live. We're literally going to be live. We're
Oh,
doing it
here we
live
go.
Today on,
See how it
We
goes.
used to do this back in Alpha 1, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
I'm
reason you
excited
guys
to be
stopped
back in
doing
that
it
space where
too,
we can just hop
because it
in
was
and play with you
janky
guys.
and
It's been a
weird.
while. It has definitely been a while. I see some uh-ohs in chat.
Yep.
Don't worry,
If
we
anybody's
don't
been
see us
following, you
watching.
know.
Yes, that
There
is
was kind of a
true.
crash
You
and
don't see
burn when
us
they first
watching.
tried to do this.
Yeah, we can switch over. No, we're gonna take a look around some of the content that was released in our large patch yesterday. Some of that obviously being in the desert. We're gonna talk a little bit about the new NPCs. We're gonna talk about the new points of interest. We're gonna talk about some of the econ changes and new harvestables that exist, and we're gonna talk about the guild systems and progression, and talk about how that works, kind of. So yeah,
All right.
let's switch over. Can we switch over?
I heard about the guild progression. I'm pretty, kind of excited about that.
Alrighty, let's do this.
Ah, man.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
See, I don't want to look. I don't want to spoil it for my eyes. I just
We
want
got the
to
party.
be there and experience it
Alien
naturally.
parties with the
Oh
gems.
my god.
I know. So,
I can't see 'em yet.
not yet, not yet.
Looks
we
so
haven't done the intro
good.
yet. So welcome everybody. We are live today
Welcome.
on the production environment in our Alpha 2.
Hate it.
And
I
am
want to be there
joined
so
by
bad.
7 of our glorious, esteemed colleagues here at Intrepid Studios, some of which are very responsible for the
Oh, I got an invitation. Nice.
the awesome
Aw.
stuff that you see in game. Let's start with our designers. We are joined by Dr. Bucky. Dr. Bucky, how you doing, buddy?
Bucky in the house.
Glad to
Buck
be
it
on the
up.
live stream.
There's a lot of people that are ready, willing, and able to collect
Mhm.
as much leaks as possible about
Mhm.
the rogue. So, however you want
Yes.
to approach that during the stream, by all
What?
means.
Rogue?
Be
Yes.
sneaking around.
All right,
What?
sneak around a little bit.
What do you
And then
mean?
we have our resident economy expert, our glorious designer, Corey. Corey, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good as well. Happy to be here.
Corey.
Stoked to play with the crew and enjoy the game together.
Yes, there's been a lot of new recipes and some new materials that are present that people get to harvest.
Are they
in the
on it
desert
or are
area. I
they
think we're
it?
Finally
What is that
starting to
thing?
see some different zones play a role,
that
perhaps. in
mount or a
whole
transformation
movement
mount?
of world goods and whatnot. So, I'm excited to chat with you a little bit about what those changes are as we kind of play through. And then we also have with us one of our glorious designers, Scott.
What was that over there? Was that a
on
rhino?
Eric's side. Scott, how you doing, buddy?
Doing wonderful. Desert's like my favorite zone ever. Quite excited.
Oh,
Hmm.
I love the soundtrack. Too,
Reading
and
the
all
chat in the
treasures
game.
that we can hunt out here now. I know a lot of people have been enjoying the treasure map system that your team has been working on. There's been a few bugs, but we've been addressing them as they come along. I've noticed some people. Yeah, I know, right? In and out. But I've noticed that a lot of people are actually really enjoying the treasure map system. I think we're going to play through one of those, right?
We are, and of course more features still to come with the system too.
Awesome, awesome.
Okay.
And then we also have
Alright.
another glorious
Treasure map.
designer, Jeremy. How you doing?
Doing good. Ready to show more of the desert here. Show off the work of a lot of artists and designers who've put
Jeremy
in a
sounds
lot of
pleasant.
time and effort into this. Oh,
Yes.
I like
and
you, Jeremy, and I don't
World
even know
Team,
you.
Which
You could read
are
me a
feature owner of,
story as I
has
sleep.
been doing a lot of work on the POIs, on these 6 new pocket dungeons, the placement of the new NPCs that the NPC team has been working on. I think there's been 18 different variants of NPCs that have been placed.
Good,
within
good.
the,
We
within
need
the
variants
desert
and we need
environment, and that's just the
variety.
start.
Absolutely.
one really
Just keep
exciting
adding it,
new
keep layering it.
Najash snake mat.
Ooh, Najash. That is yes, the Najash are.
Oh, 3 actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's 3 different Najash types. That's cool. I think people.
Najash?
I don't. No one's ever played with the Najash yet since yesterday,
What is that?
right?
Is that what they're
Yeah.
playing?
That's exciting.
Yeah, they came up with the snake bat or snake bite stash.
That's awesome. And then, of course, you can't
Okay.
really make a world without having a glorious world artist on the environment side. Zachary, how are you doing, brother?
Hi, I'm doing very good. I'm very happy to be here. And yeah, the desert, very high.
Zachary sounds pretty down to earth. He's like, man, I just love these
Zachary is
trees
one
and
of our glorious
grass.
artists who is responsible for helping to set dress the
Cut
world
down a tree.
and make the environments look compelling and interesting and inspire mystery and a desire to explore. So awesome job, Zach.
Oh, thank you.
You and your team are doing a great
Zach,
job.
Hans, Tristan, Chance.
Those things
Yeah,
look sweet.
huge team.
Oh my god, look at chase him.
Yeah, thank you very much. We're excited to show you.
And then, of course, no gaggle of developers would be complete without having a resident producer available to keep things on track. Nathan, aka Planendorf, welcome.
I'm so excited for this. Like, this is a huge update where we've got a lot of interesting things that we're going to talk about in terms of how this affects the world, like the larger world of Vera, not just
There we
obviously
go.
the
Yeah,
desert.
spin that camera around. Let's
Yeah,
get a look
this
at
is
everything.
So awesome. I've been
Oh,
excited about this
hello.
update for a long
What?
time, so stoked to show it to y'all.
And then Luperza, we've already done your
yeah.
introduction. Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, let me go ahead and kill that. And I see that we actually have a few of our
Those are the
developers
things we've
over
seen in
here
the
an
trailer. I
ominous
remember now.
Illuminati-type
Like when they
circle
first showed off
as
the
weird little
desert.
sentinel creatures.
They
Welcome.
look crazy. They remind me of something on Final
I'm
Fantasy. I
excited
love
to be
it.
back in game and being able to
My
play
cat's
with
trying to get in.
everybody
I'll be right
on,
back.
like, live realms. It's gonna be
I'll be right back real fast.
the future.
We are inhabiting
cat,
these.
hold
We've possessed these NPCs who would normally be NPCs and or mounts, and we're flying around with them a little bit. Let's explore. Where should we? Let's just take a look around the area. I know that we have one of our more significant landmarks. Let me set my speed
And
a
Mama,
little bit faster. I'm going to set my speed to 1, and we can just kind of fly around together.
she looks amazing at night too.
Okay.
whenever
Hopefully I
the,
didn't miss much. Had to let the cat
stars are around her.
I know, she does look. This is the Sand Mama. And our
Mama?
Sand Mama had some materials changed on her since the last time I believe you saw her.
Freeze.
Obviously, you can see there's some
Yeah, blanket.
effects. We had a little bit of a stronger aspect of these heat effects, these heat shimmers.
Okay.
But those have been dialed down in the latest build that we deployed this morning. But talk to me, Jeremy, about the Sand Mama.
Sand Mama.
She is a statue that we saw way back in the day, but she represents a goddess. We'll
Oh,
learn
he's,
about,
he's
but
not talking
also
about the mount. He's
human
talking about the
race. We
statue.
don't know exactly who built her or put her out here yet,
Sand
but that's a
Mama.
mystery that will be discovered from the narrative side of the story.
That's
yeah.
cool. And then I see that there's also
Really cool landmark.
I think a little bit of a preview, although it's blocked off. Who knows what the predicate might be in order to unlock this dungeon? But there is
There we
there's
go.
a little maybe dungeon beneath her as well.
Yep, that's one of the hidden secrets that are for players to discover, and will unlock different mysteries that the desert holds.
I'm digging the
Jeremy's
desert
like, you're
mama.
giving all our secrets.
No,
Yeah,
no,
can't be
no.
giving away all of our secrets. No, no, no.
I'm digging the desert mama.
Desert Mama, god damn it.
It looks really, really cool at nighttime too.
This is
So
terrible.
I implore you to
Terrible.
come down to this space at night if you have
By
a
the
chance.
by the way, throughout the stream, you're gonna notice these bounding boxes, these debug
Oh.
markers essentially.
They're
just know
totally
that-
there on purpose.
Yeah, just know that those accidentally got left in the prod build. There'll be a
See,
hot fix later today.
that's what
that
happens
will
when they
include
live
some other
stream it.
changes, and we'll take those out. But just to
Kinda
give
nice
Already a
they direct you
mess.
to where the nodes are.
yeah, right. They're above the nodes. If you want to know what those are, you can see on screen there are effects. This kind of wind, right? These atmospherics that are showing, and those winds can be dialed up with the speed
hi.
of. If I want to show you here, they accommodate. We have a pretty intricate weather system that's intended in Ashes, which has unique values of wind throughout the world based off of weather systems. And as that wind gets dialed up, you can see a significant increase within the desert.
Ooh.
And this
there we
kind of
go.
allows for certain types of storms to occur.
Yeah.
And those storms can have effects on the players, as you can see right now, right?
What? Where's it
And
at?
So what we were trying to do was we wanted to keep these effects out of the node. And as part of that investigation, we were applying a suppression volume. And the debugger got left on. Unfortunately, it was set to hide with a packaged build, but Unreal sometimes can be a little funky with those functions, and
little
this got left
funky.
in and it made it past our QA check. So just be aware, right now in the current prod, those are present. It is for a good reason, though. Let me
You don't want to push Hurricane to server, Steven? Come on.
I'm not going to push that. I'm not going to push that.
I would love to see that though.
Everybody would be like, "What is happening?" I mean, the weather systems are intended to have effects on things like farming harvestables and the actual environment and the growth speed of different harvestables in the world as well. And so A lot of these systems.
People are
very
like, for
intricate.
science, do it.
No way.
I know.
For
We got a whole
science.
live stream to run, y'all.
I know. Let's
Yeah, let's move it along
I
here.
like
Come
my
on.
little eyes.
Oh
They're
my
kinda
god.
cool with this dude.
I know your
Oh,
little guy's so cool.
That's
I
great.
didn't
Great
know it
monster
had eyes,
design.
and I wish I still lived in that.
They look unique,
Oh,
not
did-
generic.
Do you have like the fear of the
Again, I'm gonna
Those
say
are
kind of
those
Final
something like
Fantasy
that.
esque. I
Those
feel
are-
like
those
that's
are
the kind of
deeply unsettling
fantasy
eyes.
the monster
Deeply
design
unsettling.
is
No,
derived from. I really
no,
appreciate
no.
that.
This guy's
Oh,
cute.
little
Leave him
guy.
Rude.
alone.
He's so cute.
Unbelievable.
Always knocks it over. I'm not even worried about right now.
This is like a community favorite. What's its name? We should name it something. Like Bob.
Bob the Blob.
That one
Bob
has a
the
name. I
Blob.
don't remember what it is.
It's
Off
the
the top of my head.
Maelstrom Crown, I think, or
Oh
something.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, I know it has a name.
So let's talk a little bit.
Let me see.
Ooh,
Jeremy,
that's
where
nice.
can where should we go from here? Where's our first kind of pocket dungeon we want to take a look at together?
I think Scott's leading our tour. We're heading.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for
Oh, we're going to check out one of the
White
pocket
Stash. Is that
dungeons.
right,
All
Scott?
right, cool, 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 cool.
Yeah, we can also get a nice marker added to your map if you.
What?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
I
Do it.
think we might be showing off.
Uh-huh.
Did
Yeah,
we finally
corrected.
get
Yeah.
map
Marker.
markers?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you know
Oh,
Where's it
yeah.
the thing.
Where did they do
Okay,
it?
hold on.
Oh wait, did I
Let
see?
me-
Is
let
that
me do that.
no?
Let me do that.
Where's
This
the-
is a treasure map we're going to take a look at. I'm just going to right click on the treasure map so that we can activate the quest. Our quest journal has been updated. We must seek the curious cache. The curious
Hmm.
cache. Where is that at?
The curious cache.
So it's pretty far to the northeast from here. We wandered a little bit west.
Where's the marker at?
Oh,
Didn't
I
they say
see,
there's a
over
marker?
here.
Okay, well that's when they
Yeah,
activate the
clear over
quest.
there,
That's not a
northeast
marker.
of.
Did I miss the
Well, you know,
marker?
let's set our speed to like 3.
Oh,
And then
we're gonna
we'll-
go fast.
Yep, let's zoom. We're zooming.
All right.
You gots to go fast.
Zoomers.
See, but this gives you an
Zoomers
idea
rise up.
how
Dude,
big
look
it
at the little
is. If they
signal
got to
they
move
have.
this fast, imagine what it's going to be like when you're just on a mountain or, God forbid, on foot. You know, but that's
Ah,
fine.
funny.
That's why
Ready the EMP?
right now,
Oh my gosh.
so
our
good.
things
Yeah, total
are
amazing.
just
right now,
flying
Ashes of
around.
Creation feels like it's a big PvP
Out of the
game
low desert up
because
into the high
the
desert.
areas are
Yes,
condensed
it
into
looks
just
great. I love
to a
these
few
trees, by the
small
way.
surrounding
Yeah, and that was
start
kind of an
areas
interesting
from the starting
thing that
point.
we experimented with.
So
is
they're
with
purposely
this zone
doing
is
that,
sort of like
so you
sub-biomes
find
or
that
more
conflict and
variations within a biome,
they
right?
bug
So
out or they
we've got
fix
some
the bugs
cool
and
things that are
adjust that
environment, tech art,
system.
and lighting teams
But
have
when
set
the
up
game
to
actually plays-
change like the audio and sound and
Um,
weather and wind of all
sorry,
of
he's
these
talking.
different areas, which you can see in what's live as you're kind of moving through these.
Just gonna say this real quick. When the game actually releases, or at least when they start expanding, the conflict zones are going to expand, and they're not going to be as prominent as they are now in the alpha. And I think that alone is going to de-incentivize a lot of that head-to-head. What's it called? Brain not working. A lot of conflict in general. I think people are going to focusing on wanting to trade and bring each other up because that progresses everybody. So, and of course, you're going to have PvP, but it's going to be well organized. But everything's going to be so big that it's not going to be worth traveling just to
Zones.
take the chance to lose it all for, if you're just one of those people or one of those guilds that just want to bring everybody to war. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
To make the highland desert feel different, the open desert feel different. So definitely look and feel a big push for us for this update.
I think it was northeast. So we're going northwest currently.
Yeah, we should be
Yeah.
going northeast.
Where am I
Even
supposed
if
to-
it's-
Bear right.
Never
haven't
eat
gotten
salty
enough
water. Duh.
Oh, dude, I was up for 23 hours straight yesterday.
You gotta never eat.
Captain,
It's not healthy, buddy.
turn the
It
ship.
was rough.
We're going toward the Vault of the Immigrant. Now we need to head east.
Yeah,
Dude,
talking
I'm
about that,
heading east.
Nathan. I don't know if you guys want to talk a little bit about what goes into kind of creating large expanses like this.
A lot of work.
Yeah. Fortunately, on the world side, we have some capabilities now with PCG, which we keep getting some advancements on. We've used that with these acacia trees here below us. That we've used it on the cliff rocks and also on our foliage. help place out things for gatherables and all that. And yeah, just like what Nathan was
Sorry.
saying, up in this upper highlands area, we'll have a little bit more moisture because it's near the riverlands. And as you progress further in the desert and get closer to the dunes, the lighting team has also done awesome work with like helping also to progress that atmospheric vibe.
That's
as you get
really
deeper
cool.
in, and a little
That's
more lushness
awesome.
around the oasis and the rivers. Yeah,
Is it Oasis? Oh, I was.
I'm not sure.
I like Oasis.
Oases.
I like Oasis. That's good.
Oasis.
Yeah, Dak, it looks great.
Thank you.
And for the
Yeah, it's
for
a
the
bunch,
folks at home,
bunch of people working on it.
yeah, and for the folks at home who heard PCG, I'm not sure what that is. That's procedural content generation, which is something we're building out that tool set a lot so that we can, build out these areas a lot faster. Like the Riverlands, we've learned a lot there, and so it's been really cool for us.
Okay,
to
so we gotta
the
take a
learnings
note real
from
quick.
Not just the river.
So, obviously, you can tell if you know anything about procedural generation that it is all kind of just being spotted together as they're rolling through. That is interesting because one of the things Narc complained about was the desert not really being what they first advertised, and that's what he was concerned about. And they kind of like proved his point by showing everything that's just being procedurally generated. I don't know. What do you think about that? Because that's weird. Like, I'm fine with the procedural generation. That's not a problem. I hope they, they go through and they hand customize things, but I don't know. Are they just spawning the area and then just kind of plugging everything in? I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Riverlands, but also this early period of Alpha 2, getting a lot of our, the community's feedback on what's important to them, and then we can kind of turn those into semi-automated tools. Like there's always an artist behind it, always trying to make something that still feels unique.
Okay,
But,
so that's good to hear. Okay.
Making it so that our tools are keeping pace so that we can start delivering content to you guys faster and faster.
Are they right by a node?
Where are we going?
I'm following you.
Really?
Oh,
I
it's
don't
my
know
mouse
the
being
X on
dumb.
your map.
Come on, go
Do
over
I
here.
have the X on my map? I don't see the X on my map.
We're going to Snakebite?
There we
Follow
go.
me,
Yeah,
children.
this way.
Yes.
Which squiggly thing are you, Scott?
More east.
Oh,
We're more east.
That's
from
a very
you,
good question. I'm like one of the furthest east ones, like not northeast ones.
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm just following Steven.
Oh.
Wherever Steven goes.
There's
I'm
always
going.
somebody like, I'm just following this guy.
If it's to my death.
Oh, play me.
Nathan, we can just chill here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm coming. I'm on my way. I'm almost there. Oh, I found a squiggly person.
Yep,
I don't-
that's
I don't-
Squiggly.
Thanks the noise that they should make.
Oh, I found him.
You can see us on the map.
Oh, that's true.
We're just a
Yeah.
little more east.
All right. Let me not be a squiggly person anymore.
Oh, baby. Ooh, so
Could
it's
be
like
all
under this
squiggly.
little area?
Yeah,
That's
let's
pretty cool.
unsquiggly. And kill our squigglies.
Oh, no.
Savage.
That's
I
super
know.
sad.
We gotta kill the squigglies.
Okay. So they just like transformed into those. That wasn't like the writable mount that's in
We've
the
done
game,
it.
right? I'll look at them. All butt
I'm
naked
ready.
and everything. It's hot.
I'm ready to face any foe.
But of course, you gotta keep your head cool.
Where is this? Where are we going for the treasure, though?
Yeah, how do you know?
Oh, we got to turn our speed down too. We're still really fast.
Oh yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Should just be down here somewhere.
I
Let's go
love my
fast.
footprints in the sand.
Oh, speed. Hold on.
Oh, I see him. There we go. Fighting party composition and the fighting looks
Somebody
great.
said Steven looks like a special event NPC.
Well, he is kind of a special event NPC.
You know, I was thinking the other night, Bucky, that we should consider a low gravity ability on the bard for their party.
A low gravity
Oh, one
for
of the
the
sagas
bard.
actually gives low gravity to the whole party when you use it.
Oh.
What does low gravity do again?
Is that in
One.
yet? Oh, it is. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
that's,
Yeah.
we can run that, Steven.
Dude.
What?
If you want the uppies that people are using in the PvP tournament. Cool.
What? What is
uppies.
that? I don't play bard, so I don't know.
I'll set up some uppies.
I don't know sometimes when our abilities have already gone into the game.
Yeah. Team moves fast.
Very good.
Is it just a speed boost? Makes sense.
All right. Oh, I
It says
found a
one of the
guy.
sagas though,
Man, he's
right? So
fighting
it's
some
like
Nagash,
something you got a
or
combo
Najash.
with.
PKM.
Gosh.
Look at this.
My gosh, it's Najash.
Oh my gosh, it's a Najash.
Silly.
Najash.
Najash Magash.
Short A.
Steven.
Jash.
Yes, where we're going.
It's right here. Port, I found it. It's peeking out of the sand over here.
Oh, okay. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Let's see where Scott is. Where's Scott? Oh, there you are.
I'm jumping.
Oh, you found it?
How did you find it?
Oh, we found the
You're
treasure.
like Steven, stop joshing around.
Do you just
Alright.
like run on it and your
It's good. It's good.
cursor
pretty
just kind of
good.
pops open?
Ooh, is this an updated chest?
Curious.
Updated
about
chest. The actual treasure chest itself, like the mound is updated, so you can. It's a little bit easier to find. People are struggling with that a
okay.
bit. You can actually see like a little corner of the treasure chest peeking out of the ground now.
Oh, that's
before you
awesome.
excavate it.
Oh my gosh! Look at all
Whoa!
the copper.
No, it's not gonna
Yeah,
be
you could
dropping
drop
copper
fresh
like
shit
that,
if
is
you
it?
Steal Steven stuff.
What?
Oh yeah, you want me to kick
No
you?
way.
Alley
That-
jumper.
I just got a whole
See
bunch
you
of
later,
stuff.
buddy.
There's
All right,
no
we're gonna
way.
Go, go, go.
They're just doing it for the
No,
stream, right?
I can't be killed. I'm
I hope so.
invulnerable.
Yeah, I'm like, why is that not working?
Oh, were you trying to kill him and it wasn't
Yeah.
working?
Oh, unbelievable.
That did not take much convincing. They were just like, go.
I know, they were ready.
Talk about
Come on,
jumping
kill 'em.
Steven. Oh my god.
Hey, I tried.
hate
It
that.
didn't work.
And wow, so convenient. We're so close to Snakebite Stash. Wow.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Corey, I saw a lot of commentary from players about the rewards that come out of the treasure maps. Talk to us a little bit about kind of that balance and how those rewards
this
are interfacing with the economy.
Yeah, for sure. You
Oh,
know,
look at that thing.
Mike and a bunch of the other related designers did a ton of work on that, and I think it turned out really cool. And you know, it's just gonna get better and better. But
Oh, it went
you know,
underground.
the players spent a bunch of time giving us feedback on what feels scarce and what's hard to find, and how good jackpots feel. And we were kind of like trying to fill in some of those areas with these treasure chests, right?
What's
So
he doing here?
the copper is kind
He
of
just
a
equipped
a
himself
funny
with some
meme,
stuff.
right, of how scarce that is, and you just open the chests, and I'm not sure how
cool.
much copper you got, but it's
We got
probably a lot.
shit ton of copper.
So that feels pretty good, and
Oh, is he using
it's
daggers?
nice
I just
to be able to
realized
go through the
that.
crafting loop to be able to make some of these and
Oh,
kinda-
that's
kinda
what he was
target
saying
a
about the
specific
leak,
activity
maybe.
to go out
Let's watch
and,
closely. The
find big treasure like
the
that,
dude
so,
near.
Josh
that
is-
was kind of the goal there.
He's invisible.
All right, where's he
He's
at?
invisible?
I saw him.
Oh.
Is he cloaked? Who is it?
Rogue
we
Najash.
reveal him?
Wait, where'd he go?
Najash, Sad.
Is that him?
Just you wait.
Oh,
that him? I see him.
We are.
Hold on. Okay, so he's right here. All right, all right, all right. This is what we got of the rogue. I did not realize that this is what was going. I remember he was talking about somebody being a rogue. All right, let's watch this real closely. Let's follow him.
Loop to be able to make some of these and kind of target a specific activity to go out and find big treasure like that. So
Josh
that
is-
was kind of the goal there.
He's invisible.
He's invisible.
He's invisible? Oh.
Did
Rogue
you hit him?
Najash.
Reveal him?
Or player Najash. Sad.
Oh, so he wasn't looking at him. Okay, so he did a
Just
little
you wait.
dash. Ooh, did a little flip.
Oh, we are.
Okay, he's got
We're
some
excited.
nice little attacks. Okay. All right, I'm gonna be watching him the whole time.
So talking
That
about,
looked really good. I gotta be
treasure
rogue.
maps,
I
did
gotta
have
reroll as a rogue. There's no way I
bug
can play right
where
now.
Players weren't able to start new treasure hunts, and they would basically, once the treasure hunts like expired, and I know
Look at 'em.
that Clayton did some work to resolve that bug. We fixed a lot of bugs, but I know folks liked hearing how we do kind of like bug fixing. What goes into that?
He should make that mob really strong.
Yeah. Planendor, do you want to talk us a little bit about the bug fix process?
Yeah. So
So they're kind of going to this pocket dungeon right
a lot
now,
of
right?
that is like the first step for that is always like trying to get something to a first testable or first playable
God, I wish you would just watch 'em.
point as quickly as possible. We've been trying to leverage our PTR, especially last weekend, and we got a lot of folks in who helped us identify like, oh, this thing can be crafted. This mount is broken, things like that, and we are using /bug. We're pulling in from Discord. People are also, DMing the shit out of us, which is awesome, and helping us find these things. We triage them.
Hey, all travelers.
We've been doing these daily morning meetings with all of our leads, all
nice.
of
They
our
got me so
producers
pumped.
who work
Happy
associated with
greetings.
this update.
They got me
And
so
going
pumped
through
to
the
see
process
them.
of saying, what's the biggest impact to our players, especially against the goals, right? So one of the big goals for this was, a visual update for the desert to make really land that look and feel of the Sand Squall. And
Whatever,
also
they just wanted to prove
creating
Narc
this as a
wrong.
region that where people are economically incentivized to either come here themselves or engage in the social networking that's required for effective trade. So, we kind of take our guiding principles for an update as a guideline for prioritization, and then we kind of chunk down the list through that. And then from there, it's just a lot of devs putting in a lot of hard work to fix bugs with, honestly, the most incredible bug fix rate that I've ever seen at the 4 or 5
Yeah,
studios
that's what
I've
I was
been
saying
at.
earlier. They have a really
Insane.
good bug rate
We
turnover.
do things here on a regular basis that at every other studio would.
How
be called
often they're bringing
impossible.
down the servers to fix
Which
everything
takes some
or
getting
fix
used to as a
things.
producer.
It's amazing.
There's a lot of we could fix this in a day, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You could fix this in a day? That's not real, and here we are. So it's awesome.
That's amazing.
So I
Progress
see
is
in
going
chat
great.
that there is a request to provide one of these individuals with a Snorse. Is there a specific person here that you think should get the Snorse, chat?
Snores.
Who should get a Snorse?
Yeah.
Oh.
Reading overlords. Quack quack.
Okay, one of them says no. Somebody says on the ungilded one, and there's a lot of me's. The one that says I don't know, should the I don't know one get it?
It's funny.
All right, let's give the I don't know a Snorse. Hold on. Let me see which one is our Norse. Is the Wispwelk, okay?
I just want to go back
And we
to
do have some questions. I'm going to start
Endor.
pulling those in if
Economic
you don't.
Yeah, that'd
if
be
you're all right
awesome.
with that,
Next,
Stephen.
thank you.
Yeah.
Snore, snore,
So the
snore.
first one is here.
Yeah, let's do some questions.
Can
Come
you
on.
explain how you balance your mounts, specifically each tier?
Ooh,
What
good
are
question.
Your thoughts on mounts decaying / dying? And I know, Stephen, you had talked a little bit about some of that on an interview recently as well.
I did. Corey, you actually might be a great responder for this one. How do we approach the balancing of our mount stats?
Yeah, I don't know.
Throwing
Bucky
Corey under
and
the
I
bus.
are kind of dialed in with the mount-related stuff, but I think the question was related to a lifetime, right? So that's definitely
I think it's both. It's how do you balance the different tiers of mounts, and then additionally, what are our thoughts on mounts dying and decaying?
Gotcha.
There's twofold, yeah.
So yeah,
Love the giant
for the
moon in
first
the
thing,
background.
The tier matters, right? So the earlier you can get your hands on it as a hunter, that's kind of like the starting point. As you go up in tiers, the mounts are gonna get a little bit stronger, a little bit better, right? And then we want to tie in stats with things that make ecological sense, right? So if you
Give 'em
are
some,
fighting
come on.
wolves and you think
Yeah.
wolves have particular traits, they're fast or they're sneaky or they're stealthy or this, that, and the other, we kind of want to make the stat line
Dope. Hell yeah.
aligned with that, right? So right now we kind of have these base stats in with mount speed and like health, right? And as we continue expanding into more of what we want animal husbandry to be, we'll have much more intricate stats that will and abilities and all sorts of other stuff that will kind of tie into that. So that's sort of our approach. We want there to be progression. We want there to be identity that makes
So that's really cool. So he's talking about all the different kinds of animals having their own stats and strengths and weaknesses, and that's really going to be nice. That's what this game needs, so that not everybody's just running around on crocodiles because they run the fastest, So I don't think the mount death is going to be such a concern once we start seeing those mounts get those kind of changes. So yeah, that's exciting. And yeah, I could just imagine how that's going to tie into animal husbandry, so on and so forth. So it's exciting to see. Let's continue.
Logical sense or thematic sense or sense with lore. And then we want players to absolutely destroy that by breeding and doing crazy stuff with the mounts and
Yeah,
making their
see,
own
that's
crazy
what I'm
creatures.
saying. That's so dope.
that's kind of where
So
we're going.
cool.
And Stephen is now outside of the dungeon if you guys want to head on over here so we can explore more.
Oh, did the
Yeah, we've
music
got some
just go
really
out?
cool R&D going on for the animal husbandry stuff right now. Really
Oh
excited.
yeah,
to show y'all.
absolutely.
The
And
next question.
there's some new
Oh,
mods,
I
by the
love
way,
the
coming
role
in the,
playing. Be
coming
careful
in
with the
pipeline.
scorpions. They have a poison sting.
The next question is Phase 3 mentions cleric and tank secondary archetypes. Does this mean all classes?
Yeah,
will
this is what I'm
get
talking
their-
about.
Get their secondaries, or only cleric and tank?
Eventually,
Yeah, eventually.
when we say
That's what they're starting out with.
cleric and tank, that means that's where we're going to be starting. And depending on how that
Nice.
progress goes,
People
and the
helping out
iteration
with
that's required- Oh
chopping.
my god, all these trees are dying.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Ah, I can see.
And depending how that iteration goes, will determine the speed by which we approach the other archetypes.
Oh, I wonder how hard it's going to be to
And
come up
then
with those augments.
When does the dagger come into alpha?
Yeah, Dagger's going to be at the with the rogue,
That's a
right?
good question. We just had a meeting about that actually earlier this week.
Well,
on
he was
whether
just
or not
using
we
it. They
want
just need to get the,
or I guess I had it with production about whether or not we want the new weapons to come out with one of the releases or have those come out earlier. I think we'll probably side on earlier. So the weapons might be coming out ahead of some of the other updates, kind of as like a mid-update next month. We have, I think,
Alright.
3 of them that might be ready.
All right.
The thing
cool.
about daggers is they come out when you least expect it.
How do you
Damn.
decide on
These
archetype
guys
balancing
slay. Oh, hey, where'd everybody come from?
There is a discussion between
probably
usually
following
the
him.
combat team and the owners of particular archetypes. We take into account, obviously, the sentiment and feedback as we observe it within the community. We discuss that sentiment, that feedback. We compare it against data that we collect for each of the archetypes, their survivability, their kill rates, ratio, those types of things. And then a lot of it is just feeling, right? As we're playing the classes with you guys, and we're seeing it perform in a group setting and within the production environment, take that back and we discuss it amongst the team, usually through our combat balance channels, and then we arrive at some conclusive changes that we want to see. Now, it's important to note that, like, obviously, as part of Alpha, there's going to be a lot of changes attempted. Some of those changes might stick. Some of those changes might change again. That's just part of the process. And in order for us to kind of test and approach, we need to make the change and see the repercussion.
Ooh, this one's a follow-up to what
Makes
was
sense to me.
stated by Zach, which is what kind of content is and is not going to be generated by the PCG?
Ah, that's a great question.
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, it's we're going to be using it on mass scales on large things like it really helps with filling out large areas so we can focus our artistic endeavors on more of the really nice storytelling elements like POIs. And
Yeah,
interesting
that's
places that
fine.
the players
That's
will
perfectly
really be
fine.
getting a lot of. So the PCG does a lot with helping us fill out the cliffs and a lot of interesting areas that then we can embellish on over the top of. We still have the opportunity to edit those PCG brushes, but they work in like kind of setting down little clusters of us for us. And in different sizes, we can arrange how those grids and clusters can be broken up for us to edit. And yeah, you can set different rules and things like that. The tech art guys have been doing a lot of updates to it, so the capabilities are going to keep increasing for us. But it's to make our work more efficient and to allow us to create a larger world faster.
And also, like, to give it so that make it so that you guys on the environment art side have more time to spend on those bespoke moments, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
You guys spent, at one point you guys were having to spend, like, I don't know, weeks setting up cliffs in the Riverlands, and while they look cool, the opportunity for bespoke stuff, you have to put rocks everywhere to make cliffs work, right? Like there's a limit to how much creativity you can put there, but now you have the times to go in and add those storytelling moments, etc. So
Exactly.
That's all
and
positives
the
to
PCG
me,
still
really.
has a lot of capabilities with still being able to introduce artistic elements to it through kind of the ways that you can direct it and input it, and then you can embellish on that, like you
That
said.
looks
We
sweet.
can focus our
Is that a
artistic
chocobo?
skills towards the more higher trafficked areas, the POIs and paths and major nodes and things like that.
He
All
was
right.
talking to the baby trees. He's like, oh, baby tree. I saw that. It was
I
cute.
know, right?
But you do have to talk to your plants, right? It helps them.
Of
grow.
course. I mean,
Yeah.
how else will they be motivated to grow?
Thank you for the very in-depth answer. I love that.
Yeah, that's
The
great.
next one is trading in-game gold for non-tangible resources allowed? And if so, how will the system distinguish between that and RMT? Ooh,
Wait, what was the question again?
don't do that. We're gonna come for you.
What was
Um,
it? What was it again?
is trading in-game gold for non-tangible resources like information
Of course not.
allowed?
It's a silly
and if
question.
So, how will the system distinguish between that and RMT?
We take into account behavioral metrics as well, right? So, you know, can you sell information in game? Yes, you can. Where it becomes a problem is if that information you're selling is consistently being sold to gold that is generated fraudulently or through exploits or through botting. Then that becomes a pattern. That becomes a heat map. We identify those heats and we take action against them.
Yeah,
Yes.
people aren't paying 1,000 gold for information every week, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
On a
and
regular cadence from the
And
same
we can
character.
see where that gold is going from one player to the next to the next. So we're hunting down that data.
Where's our next little
Beware.
pocket dungeon, by the way? Where
you
should we
can
go next?
head south toward the Prismaria, which would
South.
be, it's northeast of Azamaran. So if we follow the river south, we can get there.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let us
River
rattle.
Let's do
Hydrus
it.
River,
Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
feeding the
The
Sounds like the Tigris.
the next question here
kinda.
is not from. Are there plans for any areas with low/high gray / possibly an area with variable or gravity? Sorry, low/high gravity. I'm
It
old. I
is-
can't read.
Interesting.
There are not yet, but definitely there could be environmental volumes that we use to utilize with certain types of jump puzzles. We've talked about that in the past. If we wanted to set lower gravity environment, lower
Whatever.
environment gravities. we
Sure,
could
fine.
use
But
that,
that's a simple
but not
thing.
right now.
It's kind of neat, but yeah.
Kind of cool feature of like
Go
the
to the
head
moon.
crater.
It's
Of the what?
possible.
Say again, Bucky?
Of the head crater, you know, where all those like
Oh,
things
yeah.
floating around. If there's just like a low gravity, just aura
like
in
an
there,
active
with,
event?
Like, yeah,
Yes.
Hmm,
That'd be cool.
I would like to see
Where am
that.
I going, Jeremy? By the way,
More souther.
more south.
More souther.
More souther. To the souther.
How much more progress does the desert need before you move on to the tropics area?
Oh, another great
Well,
question.
that's a good question. So if you look at the map that I'm looking at,
Yeah.
and the map that we've released, there's generally kind of this playable space out here that needs to
Mhm.
be completed.
That's gonna be your
and
big
we're
dune
probably gonna
desert.
Have that done relatively soon.
What is that back there?
so,
Is that another
you
tower?
know,
Tower
as
Cartham?
the pipeline of zone development goes, well, actually, Nathan, you could probably talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
All right.
So, right now the goal
Nathan,
is
you're under the
to
bus.
keep finishing out the desert before we're moving on to the tropics. We're going to be, like Steven said, you know, expanding the play space, making it so that all of the nodes
Kinda looks like
COIs are
fingers and
populated.
coming up out of the ground like
then
that. That's
obviously There's
dope.
still a lot of content, or maybe it's not so obvious, but there's still a lot of content that's missing from the desert. As cool as it is, as excited we are for this update, you know, we're still missing a lot of the events that we want to get in. Commissions are pretty light, and there's this whole narrative layer that we want to add as well. Also, you know, the depth of resource, like the depth of materials that you can gather isn't, you know, quite at the level of the Riverlands, at least for kind of bespoke
That's so
stuff.
cool.
So there's still a fair chunk of work
Just running up in the middle of the desert, and it's just a town that's on top of this rock formation.
to
I
do
love
there.
it.
As far as timeline, that's always pending. Development's a moving target, yada yada yada. Check your bingo cards. Everything's a work in progress. But yeah. So that's I think kind of filling that out, taking that to the level of at least the Eastern Riverlands. Sorry for my brothers and sisters over in New Ayla.
excuse me.
But taking it up to that level, I think, is definitely where we're focused right now.
Yeah,
But that
well,
doesn't. I mean, we work in parallel, so we have artists will be moving on to other zones and biomes while designers
yes,
are filling out the
absolutely.
content in there. So we don't just have everyone in one area before
Sure.
because all
No.
departments do different things. So they're laying the groundwork to go off into different
Remember,
zones,
there's almost
come back.
there's over 230 developers working on the
Right.
project. So
Mhm.
It all just don't do look
could
at
you
one
imagine
thing,
230
hammer on it.
people in the desert?
Yeah, just everyone's just trying to check out the same landscape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where am I going?
Come to us. We're all here.
Oh,
oh
I found
my
Scott.
god, just teleport. God.
Scott's gonna
Oh no, I was following you.
You're lost
I was,
together.
I was
Yeah.
following you. I was
Oh
looking
no.
for you.
hit M, and then you see where Asmaran is,
Yeah.
north of that, right at the edge of
Oh, yeah,
where Aethanar is, the bottom.
Oh,
right where
Black
the
Betty,
Isles are,
Asmaran.
those two.
That looks really
you're
great
right
on
near
that
there.
rock formation. I love
Hopefully
that.
helps.
I see.
The next question is, are you looking into time to kill for PvP? And this was actually a question that was. We
I
asked,
hate these
how people
questions.
felt it was in
Boo.
Node Siege as well during that test.
Are we looking at time to kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's part of our balance evaluation,
Yeah.
kind of at all times, right?
Yeah, that's
One thing
fine.
to keep in mind though is, and we've always said this, right? We balance PvP from a group v group perspective. So if we're looking at time to kill within the scenario of
I like that because a lot of these times you're going to be PvP in a group and not so much, solo. And when you do solo, I think there should be immediate differences between classes. Like maybe two bards will probably have a hard time killing each other, or at least take longer. But when you see, like pit a fighter or pit like a ranger against a healer, then maybe that won't work out. But if you do a rogue versus a cleric, then maybe the rogue will come out on top, depending if they play that class smart enough. So that's, again, kind of what I want to keep iterating. Is that I want obvious strengths and weaknesses between each of the archetypes. But in a group scenario, it depends on how you utilize those differences to your advantage. I think that's fun. But I think people should be nervous every time they go up against a cleric unless they're a rogue or something. Like I just think that nothing needs to be nerfed to the ground just to make everybody else happy. That's what I do not want to see. Do not want to see nerfed abilities. I want every ability to be cool, awesome, and they do something really great. But not be nerfed out when somebody's complaining because they got one-shotted by the Rangers, combo. It's just like, if that happens, that happens. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe if you're a tank, you could have immediately ate that and stomped them down or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's my rant.
a 1v1 or 2v1 or 3v1, like that's not a good assessment for TTK. TTK in a PvP setting needs to be accommodated as a group v group effort, and then seeing how that feels. And I know that there was recently a 8v8 competition within the game that was hosted, I think, by Crix, and it was super cool to watch. And there was a lot of
Don't
there
start
was a
it.
lot of fun, I think.
Oh,
out of
make me
that,
yawn.
and it was interesting to see kind of those party comps and how they stood up.
Alright, Jindrak, take us in here. Let's go.
So this is the
Can't mention the
Prismarium.
8v8 without also shouting out the other shoutcaster, Lloyd and
Lloyd,
Polar.
yes.
Thank you for, and Polar, thank you for hosting that as well for us. Those were really cool. We got a lot of great information out of that.
Yes.
Snakebite Stash was
This
designed
looks
by
really sweet.
Jason. This one was designed by Jess, and Zach worked with Jess on building this all out. So
Awesome.
this is the
And
background
just
on-
joined us last live stream.
for the A Fallen Forge. Yep.
Mhm.
All right, where's the
So background on the Prismarium is that it was
see right there? Is that
an
him?
area built where the Jinn
No, he's got a
made
book.
these constructs for helping the Valen people prior to the Exodus. And this is kind of like where they summoned them and kept them, and they would then send them out to help the Valen people. But the Jinn have been gone, and these constructs are kind of confused and not being controlled, so they're a bit chaotic. So we'll leave that with mystery on that now.
Cool, cool.
I'm digging the colors in here.
Yeah,
Come on.
it's pretty.
I'm also liking
They harvesting the
Ah.
crystals.
He's purposely not
yeah.
looking, I swear.
Harvesting from them and being made by them from them.
Made by them. There's life.
can't harvest these crystals yet.
Bestow a
players
mount
can.
on your humble servant.
The Jin dude.
Hey,
Where are the Jin? What happened to them?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
That's right. I found one. I found a Jin-bound messenger over here.
That's one of their constructs, but not a Jin themselves.
Mm.
Yeah, and one of the things that we've been
Guardian too.
one of the things that's been a cool process shift for us is how we're planning out these zones, and that's kind of one of the things that's led to us being able to more quickly put out this content. So narrative and world, and of course Steven, Bill have been working on some of the background lore for this. So we're going to be really excited to bring that out to you guys, hopefully sooner rather than later.
I'm digging the cave look. Cool. I think still some outstanding lighting work, obviously, for us to do, but
No, Steven, it's perfect.
Steven always has feels about the lights.
this is true.
it's a touchy
But it
subject.
does give lighting
know,
makes the atmosphere of the area.
Yeah.
It's hard,
Music and lighting.
because they're kind of at the end of the pipeline, right?
Yeah.
For any environment, and sometimes they don't get all the time that they want before we go to Alpha 2. But it's always important to remember that Alpha is intended for good enough, not for perfect.
Alpha 2 is a work in progress.
That is right.
Well, and the purpose of that is that it lets us learn faster,
Yes.
which means that ultimately we get to deliver content and
Oh,
feature updates to
excuse
you
me.
guys faster, right? Like if there's a lot of guesswork,
Oh,
we
that's
have to
pretty
do
cool.
A lot more internal testing.
I like that.
We have to do like the bug hunting is a much more time-intensive endeavor on our side, and so like the people in our community who show us
Raised
the
to
things that
him.
you
Is
know,
you gotta
are
give him
broken
something? Come
or
on.
are just really buggy or are painful. Like you guys have helped us speed up this process so much compared to
You
where
ready
we
to
were
see
like
Stephen
12
Wright
months ago. It's
raise
been
up to
awesome.
you? Oh my god.
Look, there's people above the dungeon.
The next question that we have is, will there be in-game systems
Oh, I
to
can't stop.
organize buildings and nodes for strategic purposes or for city planning?
It's kind of cool, but they're probably not
Will
going to
there
work on
be-
that
I'm
anytime
sorry,
soon.
One more time.
Will there be in-game systems to reorganize buildings in nodes for strategic purposes or for city building and planning?
That's a great question. I mean, obviously, when you're talking about the node's development, the mayor has prerogative on which
Which-
buildings. are
Which,
being
but yeah,
developed
but
and
how you
costs,
place them, that's what they're
and
asking.
To a degree, I guess there is a relevance of strategic planning when making those choices.
So
It would
no.
be costly to destroy a building and.
That's
place
not
it
what
in a
they were
different
asking.
plot,
Come on, don't we get
But
beating around the
I
question
guess
there.
that's then the
That's
meaning
not a feature in
behind
the
the
game,
choice
and
when
that's
you first
fine.
construct it.
As long as they have the variations that they
And there
intend
are
on
named
having, I'll be
folks
happy
that
with that.
spawn in these little dungeons, right, Jindrak?
I just want
There's
them to
3 in
complete the
here,
game
yeah.
before I worry about what angle
look
my
at
building's
that,
going to sit at.
Pit. That was cool.
I think the group that was in here already has got
Murdered
out
them.
for some of them.
Yeah, and that pit, eventually we can, we'll probably destroy that once we get, you know, a little destroyed section there, possibly. But yeah, it might have some more rubble up there on that top, that little skylight to this. Could be cool.
Why? It looks cool, as it
Did
is.
we give Autumn a snail? Chat?
Yeah,
Snail.
absolutely. Give him stuff. Oh yeah,
Snail, no
finger.
snail?
They're dancing up there.
Let's see what chat decides. We have a nay.
Dancing
we
for
have a yay,
snores.
Nays, yay. Ooh, lots of yays. Okay, the yays are having it.
I'll take a
The
snail.
next question here
I like- they're all-
is, will there, how is work on the different node aesthetics coming along? Are any idea when we'll see them in game?
This person
On
probably
the,
just stepped away
which
for a
ones was it?
second.
The like
Aesthetics,
variants.
yeah.
The cultural.
Not yet. We're going to be focused. I mean, there's been a lot of groundwork on the concepts for those. There is some similarities in the sets that we're using and leveraging across that. But right now our focus is on primarily getting the nodes up to maximum stage with the Kalar aesthetic first. So
All right.
That's our main focus right now.
maximum stage with the
Our
initial.
next one is, will the cleric get castigation back at some point? We want our whip back. People really like the whip.
The whip?
was really
The OG
cool.
whip, yeah.
Oh,
sick.
the OG whip, yeah.
What?
I love the snappy sound effects.
What was the whip
Is it
for?
Autumn? Oh, I don't know if we're gonna get the whip back though. I do like it. We need to
No.
chat with combat about that.
Huh.
Where should we go next, Jeremy? By the way, pocket dungeon wise.
Oh, we're all in here.
Oh no, I already went in there. The crystal one?
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
still-
they were
we're
just
still
there.
in here.
Move it along.
Farming.
Oh.
Come
I
on
came- I
now.
came outside.
In the depths.
We can head up. Let's see.
Are we getting on this?
We can
Ooh, we
do
got
the
about.
Lost Hero Sepulcher.
Ooh,
Sure.
let's do
All
it.
right, about 25 more minutes.
Here,
This time I'm gonna follow you.
I'm just gonna teleport ahead.
Okay.
Okay, you can summon us all.
Don't worry, Kitty.
Oh, you
I'm
wanna
gonna get
summon
you
us
some
to it?
food
Okay.
here, just a little bit.
Down. Let's do this.
The next one is, how does Ashes of Creation plan to handle advertisements and in-game shop promotions? Many games use aggressive or intrusive tactics that feel out of
Oh,
place
no.
and break immersion, while Ashes of Creation take a more subtle approach.
Ha, good
Yeah, I mean,
question,
I
but
don't think we want to litter the world with, those types of advertisements. That's why we have the concept of stalls. That's why I have the concept of the node boards that you can inspect and take a look at and get information at. These are going to be primarily driven through UI windows, not that you're going to see, pollution in game with these things.
that's fine. I mean, if you're gonna have like your microtransaction
I
shop
think they
while
might
you're,
be more marketing, like
Yeah.
cosmetic shop, things like that.
Oh, I thought they were
yeah,
talking about player shops.
no,
bad.
come on, get your head out of the
Cosmetics, are we
game.
going to advertise cosmetics in game? No.
No,
There's
yes,
not going to be
easy
any
no.
marketplace transaction advertisements that are in the client. There might be an interactable shop that you can open from a UI perspective, but you're not going to see anything that's interrupting the.
We have a giant
environment.
billboard.
Yeah.
I know, right? The moment you
Hey.
log in.
Hi, I noticed you haven't checked the cash shop in the last hour of play. Did you know we have great deals going
When you
on?
go to close it,
Yeah.
it tells you, "Are you sure?"
We'll let you close it until you confirm. No, I think, and I think on the marketing side, we'll let you guys know when new stuff is being added.
That's funny.
To the shops and stuff like that, but we're not gonna make that intrusive in your gameplay experience. We may post that on social media places and our on our
Whatever, you
website
gotta
and
do
things
what you
like
gotta
that,
do
but
for the money, you
we
know.
won't make your
But as
in-game
long as it's not
experience,
popping up in the
hindered
game,
by that.
God.
That'd be a great
And
April Fool's live
A
stream.
reminder for those of you who are new to the community, because often we get a lot of folks who join us on the live stream who haven't been part of our community for as long. We will not have any pay to win, so everything that is in those shops will be cosmetic. They aren't going to give you an advantage in game other
Wait,
than,
hello.
I guess, looking cool, if you consider that an advantage. But our in-game achievable things, from our raids and stuff like that, will always, our goal is to make those look even cooler than the stuff that you see on the shop. And Stephen, let me know if I said anything wrong there, but
No.
that is in line.
Yeah.
I think we're just missing a Stephen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Steven's
I
just out
was
doing his
trying
own
to
thing
look
like
at
usual.
This little creature.
No, you're
Hey,
good.
tussling with it
This
there.
the little broodling.
Little broodling.
This location for Lost Hero Sepulcher. This was designed by Ben, and Tristan was the artist that worked on this one with him.
Take a look.
See, I know by the time I
here's a-
get
here's
into
a
these
spicy
dungeons,
one.
I'm gonna forget about the way
Solo
they
play
look.
is very difficult right now. Do you have plans to make the game more solo
Whoa.
friendly during phase 2 or phase 3?
Ah,
Yes, we will be improving the solo play viability.
okay.
However, I do want to caveat that with a tenet that is important in our game, which is things will always be easier. And obviously, we are building an MMORPG. Whoops, hold on.
Yes, so solo play should
We're
be
building an
friendly to a certain
MMORPG, which
certain point,
has
you
in
know.
it,
I don't always
both
want
the
to be in a
word
party when
massive
I'm
and
out.
multiplayer.
I don't care if it takes me
So
longer.
to that
Sometimes I
end,
just
a
want
lot
to
of
chill
our
and
systems
grind
are
by
designed
myself.
with that prospect in mind. That doesn't mean that it should be as difficult as it is now to solo. So there will be improvements on the soloing leveling experience.
Yeah, that's what I
want
want to hear.
A viable method, but it's not going to be as good as the group methods.
Yes, yes. Keep
some
it
of the things,
viable,
like, that we've
not as
added
good as
kind of
grouping.
have,
Yes.
As we complete
Yes,
our
yes,
systems,
yes.
kind of fill that out more, right? Like the store, the player shops were a big solo leveler buff, right? Much more access to gear that was hard to access as an exclusively solo player, so that helps too.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, will we upgrade to DLSS 4.0 support in the game?
Oh my god, this place looks so crazy.
Ooh, that's a good question. We don't have an engineer.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we don't have
god,
engineering
I wish I didn't see
We have no
any of
engineering
this.
representation.
Just make the
Quick,
call, David.
everybody
Yeah.
run wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Budget's my ass. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'll chat with graphics engineering on that.
Oh my god.
Look at
Love.
this guy. He's so
Did you guys
excited.
go-
Oh my gosh, this big ass cleaves.
I'm in the sarcophagus.
I'm just trying to keep everyone alive. Yes. Did we pull too many or something? What just happened?
Yeah, we got a
Maybe
few
just-
3 stars.
Okay.
Puking everywhere.
Yeah, also
I
heal
was
cut.
spam healing the poop out of you, and you were.
I'm standing in poison.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
Alright.
why.
Well,
I was
stop.
like, what is happening?
Need DPS.
Oh god.
Sparky, no. Think you can dispel it and purify?
Oh, I might just have to revive you. 'cause
Yeah, but it happens on ticks. It's hard. It's hard to keep it off once it's on.
Oh man.
I'll try to.
These mobs do not know who I am.
Yeah, I'm getting res.
Yeah, I'm resin you. Just move quickly if you're standing in the thing, otherwise you're just gonna die again.
I moved.
Yeah, the 4-stack support comp cries real bad when
Yeah.
heal
I
cut
can't-
enters the stage.
I was like, I'm trying so hard to heal you, but I don't know what's going on.
Oh, we have a desert mama in here as well.
Well, we got 2 healers here.
Desert mama.
There's a second
Steven's
desert
just one of
mama.
them.
Steven's not
wait.
healing.
Oh, that's right.
We
Okay.
do not have 2 healers. Although I think the bards have been helping.
I'm
Yeah.
investigating the sarcophagus room.
Yeah, there you go.
Rah.
What's
skip
going on
that.
down here? Oh, my bad.
About at my limit here.
No, you're good.
Oculars.
I got things I gotta do.
Alright, it was nice knowing y'all.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man.
We're all gonna die.
No.
my
there
God.
I go. No.
Strategic
No.
about
No.
that.
No. No.
Yeah, caught
No.
looking.
I got
Kick
you.
him in the
I
head.
got you.
He's gonna keep him healed.
I am now healing you.
There you go. Let him heal ya.
Locking this ocular down. Oh my gosh. Very nice.
Yeah.
We got a lot.
Yeah, we got a lot.
That's fine.
Okay, I think we're stable now.
Time for a pro gamer move.
I was
Pull.
like, I cannot look at the questions right now. There's just too much.
Yeah.
Gotta keep the people alive. We are coming close to a time here. How many more questions would you like to go over, Steven, before we wrap up?
Oh, let's take a couple more. Should we go to? We'll take a couple more and we'll go to another pocket dungeon. Which one should we go to, Jeremy?
Let's do the Scarab Song Hollow.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
Alright.
summon us and we'll
Summon us outside.
So I'm assuming these
Speed it up.
pocket dungeons are going to have like the
Okay.
unique rewards.
over there.
You know, the reason
While you guys
to go
answer
into
the next
that
question.
specific
Okay,
dungeon.
I will grab the next question. Next question is, where is the line drawn when it comes to immersion breaking cosmetics? Would you add like IRL cars or bunny outfits that look completely out of place?
Oh
I
no,
think we only have
no,
really one that I know of that is a little.
no.
Our style guide.
I don't even like the
is to
Christmas stuff right now. There's
maintain
no
a
way.
Cohesive and thematic, immersive environment.
Good, good,
which
good,
means that
good.
we
That's a
won't
big
be
yes, big win,
utilizing,
big W.
Real world call out. Other than perhaps some festive.
If you want that, go to Final
holiday
Fantasy 14.
driven
They have a
one,
bunch
but
of that shit
you're not gonna see a
everywhere.
T-shirt on a character.
Not in Ashes though. Not my
And
Ashes.
yeah, for sure the ones that we have designed on the marketing side, we've always tried to make sure that they fit in line with the what do you call it? Style guide for The game. Since they have mobs going underground for skills like scorpions, will there be mobs that drop out of trees or the ceiling, aka spiders?
There's.
That's a pretty good question.
We've done that in the past, actually, didn't we? Didn't we do that? We did that with we had a rock monster that climbed out of a cliffside back in Alpha 1, and we still have that model. And we had we obviously had our little flanglers. Oh, I'm getting summoned.
Abort.
Abort.
Yes, we want to do that type of NPC design, not just for underground, but vertically as well, and within water environments. Uh-oh.
Oh, this place looks cool.
Why'd you say uh-oh?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm good.
He's getting summoned again.
I got summoned with my auto run on.
The next one is some of the control/movement options are difficult right now. Are those systems planned to change in the future? How much
Dope.
customizability can we expect?
That's a good question. I mean, I know that in League, kind of with our approach on UI and on the custom hotkeys, we're going for maximum customization.
That's Bucky.
As
See
much
the
as we
road?
can. Because there are a lot of different games out there that many of us have sharpened our teeth on, and we all have kind of our own
Yeah,
different
he's barred.
experiences with what we've become accustomed to as a default, or our own.
I know,
schema,
it's he
control
being
schemas.
barded.
So
Oh yeah,
we
I
want-
use weird like RTFG, CV, like weird stuff. So
Oh,
people
yeah.
are always like, "What are you doing?" But I like having it all like right next to my one hand, so I don't have to,
Yeah.
so I can be super sweaty.
100%. Yeah, so we want to have maximum flexibility and
100%.
customization options per player. This place is cool.
Yeah, this is a really good one.
This tree looks like it's been through something.
It's doing something.
Tristan and Jason. Jason, the designer. Tristan was the artist on this one.
Ooh, more.
There's a
more
big
creepy trees.
creature that was living underneath here at one point.
The rib cages and bones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rib cages and
something
bones.
died here, and it was big.
So I wonder what these
That's
people are
because a lot
doing.
of
Are they
these,
just trying to
so
hunt
there
down
might be a
gear, or
story
are they
behind
actually
why there's so
exploring?
many rib cages and bones in this area. Big rib
This
cages.
is a stoic guild.
Hello,
Funny.
Stoic.
I know. I was in a guild called Stoic when I was playing Dota a lot. Wonder if they're the same guild.
In regards to movement controls, I guess that would still be just like hotkey oriented, or like swapping things like on the mouse and keyboards and stuff like that.
Oh yes.
When are we getting mules? They aren't in the roadmap.
No,
they're not.
mules.
Not-
Wow.
Not everything is in the roadmap.
That is true. It is a likely. There's a lot of shit that would be in that roadmap of everything.
Yeah, if we listed everything.
Someone hit me up today or yesterday when they saw the Day Strider mule, and they're like, "Are mules in the game? Mules in the game confirmed?" Sorry,
Wow.
we just baited you. Sorry about
Why?
It is a cosmetic that you can put on your mule. It's currently acting as a mount.
No answer quite yet on when mules are coming in, but they are still a thing, and we will be getting mule support at some point in the future.
It's like, why is this so?
That's also,
easier
did they
to
just
rip
go through
than
the
a
other
light
side
mule?
of that dungeon? It's pretty sweet.
Speaking of mules, let me actually turn it to probably. What is the name of the one that's the undead mule?
Bone Strider.
Bone Strider.
Bone Strider.
Yeah, it's so good.
Alright, let's
Look,
see
he has
this.
that rogue holding up.
That's cool.
Rogue's very.
And
I
I think
love it.
generally there's a
tuned.
lot of questions in regards to
Oh,
like
I want
guild
Bone
storage,
Strider.
mount storage. which
Oh,
I
they
think
don't
is all
have any
mule
like the
oriented,
riding
things like that.
animations.
Um,
Please
there's
don't
just,
do
like, a lot of
the
questions about storage.
Throne of
And
Liberty where
obviously,
you
if
just
know those bugs,
transform
we're
into
working to
them.
fix
So
them.
silly. Game's
This
Please
seems
check our
dumb.
known issues
Appropriate.
list.
This seems like an appropriate creature for the desert.
If I was mistaken.
Oh,
we should-
100%.
We should all turn into Bone Striders.
Oh wait,
Okay.
see?
And then wrap up with that.
Yeah, let's wrap up as a herd of Bone Striders
Yes.
going through the
Okay.
desert if we can.
That's all I want to do. Be a creature in this beautiful desert.
All right.
All right, we'll see them wrap up as Bone Striders here. I don't think they have too much more
Somebody said this
going
mount is
on.
very Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what I
Oh,
love
there
it.
is a little bit. I heard about this. All right, there's a little bit more to check out.
Yep,
The ending's
somebody's
the most
Whoa.
important.
Hippo.
Oh my
Nope, don't fly with
god.
the Don't fly with
Yep.
it.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
What just happened?
Somebody tried to fly with it.
Nope. They did that.
It's
I
okay.
was like,
And
who
with
did it?
Whatever you do, do not fly with that mount.
I was like, what
There
is
is
happening?
not there is not an NMBP state for this mount in flying.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
Everybody look away.
No bugs. No bugs. Game
Run
finished.
away.
Where are you at, Steven? I lost you now. I
Trying to
see you.
run out of the neck call distance.
Oh my gosh. That was wild.
Oh my
I also
god.
tried to do that. So the failure has some.
I think I have recovered.
Yep. Yeah, we back.
Yep.
Nothing to see
Next
here.
slide.
This is what happens when we're live. When we do it live.
We're doing it live.
Uh-huh.
All right, we'll wrap up.
What a
with,
mess.
do we wrap up the whole
Unreal.
stream with these guys, or do we want to go back to having us on the screen at the end?
let
or?
me see if I can fix my. Hold on one second. I'm getting a little bit of lag here. I think I can fix it. Just let me set my graphic quality. I'll change that, and that'll probably help.
No, you got to do the Desert Mama at nighttime thing.
Oh, should we do the Desert Mama
Yeah,
night?
desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, that's why
Yeah,
I kept bringing it up.
I
was
heard
like, it
about
looks so
this.
good in-
It does look.
Oh, I
really
can't
good.
wait
why
to
I kept
see
bringing it
this.
up.
Everybody,
Yeah,
we're gonna
Desert
change
I was
Mama.
like, if we don't show it, you should go see it on your own.
Even when they find her real
by.
name, she's still gonna be known as Desert Mama now.
I know. Whenever they find. Well, I can't tell them what the real name is. So.
Damn,
could.
everybody's gonna see a
Oh
flashbang.
gosh, you see that like
We should check the
The
server.
whole round.
Shadow
should we
Tracer.
broadcast?
That's
Should
pretty
we,
cool.
Like,
Oh yeah, let me hear. Hold on.
oh man.
Got it, Steven.
be like,
Greetings.
if you have
friends.
epilepsy, please look away.
You
Oh my
may
God.
or may not suffer a flash bang.
They're naming her
Olive.
Karen now.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
Arnar.
Jimmy's just no.
Sent out the broadcast.
Look how beautiful.
It is pretty at night.
I didn't see the broadcast, but it might be.
It takes a second.
Oh my gosh.
Filter through the
There's the
social service.
flashbang.
Just fucking do it, man.
Yeah. Such
It
good
showed
progress.
up now.
I
If you
found
look
a
at her
fellow.
from the angle, it looks like she's like pouring the stars out of her hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sick.
Deep.
Pretty sick.
She does look pretty sick at night.
I love it.
You gotta get like back to kind of where we started, Steven.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Actually.
She's
Although
so
actually
excited
that's
about
fine.
this. She's like, "Come on, you gotta go look at it. It looks really cool from this
I
angle."
know.
I'm sorry, Steven. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Walk backwards, Steven. Walk backwards.
I need to get the moon like the perfect shot
Mhm.
behind it too.
Yeah, so it's like in her
Yeah.
hands. Yeah.
We can use this as
Oh,
the we
that
can
would
use
be
this as
cool.
the thumbnail.
Okay, so Mike will have to remake the thumbnail. We already made a thumbnail. But we can redo that. It'll just take
My,
a while.
my system message never got sent.
saw
It did
it, I
for.
saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It
Backed up.
came with the flashbang at the same time. It was
There we
go.
go.
Oh
Look
my
at
god.
that.
Look at that.
And that
That's
moon's
so good.
Shoal.
Shoal. Oh, one of the
Shoal.
servers or realms we've named Shoal before.
Sure.
The Eye of Shoal.
People will know now that is a
name.
woman.
That's
Sedna
pretty dope.
And Resna.
Oh, here. Let me actually let me get the perfect shot for this. 1 second. Let me kill our poor little Bone Strider. Whoops.
Close your chat or turn off your UI. Yeah.
Yep, that's what I was doing.
Bucky flying over there.
There
Yeah.
it is.
There we go, everybody.
Beautiful.
There. Up and
Yeah.
Yum.
Oh, what happened?
No, no.
Uh,
Look at that shot.
Oh man, I think we're gonna have to. Hold on. We're gonna have to screenshot this. Look alright. Dope. Let's save that. Save Eye of Shoal. Boom.
Hot. Holy smokes. Look at that shot.
Yeah, really fantastic
beautiful.
job by all of our artists and designers who made this come to life. Like, just awesome work. I'm so excited for this. I'm really excited to hear what our players think of this, because we've done a lot of things differently here, so it'll be cool.
I like
Yeah.
how Turtle Shaker said, that shot is really beautiful, but it's still missing a guild bank.
we were, like we said before, we're working on some of that
All
stuff.
right, I
and
think this
we
is
know
pretty
there's,
much
quite a few
wrapping it
bugs
up
with the
here. They're gonna
guild,
check out the.
guild.
They're gonna just check out the face of it. Let's look at that real
I
quick.
cannot be more happy and more thankful that we have that.
Absolutely.
So thank you
That's
so
so
much.
dope.
For me, you know, on the econ side, like I'd love to see
Detail's
kind of more
amazing.
feedback on where people are at with the crafting, whether that's like costs or the effort. You know, any of the we've been getting tons of feedback around like
Amazing.
this
Awesome. This is a really good live stream. I appreciate that. Yeah, so it was great. I'm going to get some rest, and I will see this posted up at some point. But yeah, it was good hanging out and checking that out. Thanks for joining me. Hey, H on out.